Let's get these put in here. Yeah, the thing I've just noticed was the grass. That's down as needing fertilising. However, are we going to get another cut this year or not? Because if we're not, I was going to turn it into a yard anyway, wasn't I? Right, we'll just leave that there. We need to jump into our... I've got the tractor ready. I've got the Massey ready with the trailer attached to it. Yeah, that we're going to turn into a yard anyway, and I want another shed up. I was going to put another shed up, wasn't I? We don't need another shed now because we've got the other farm. That is right. Remember what we do. Yeah, we don't need another shed. That's what we were going to do before we bought that other farm. But there is space for other either generators or I don't think we'll get any more animals in unless it's I think bees are probably the only ones that'll fit in there now, which might not be a bad idea. Let's nip through here. Is it this one? It is. It's the main road. There we go. Yeah, but if we were going to get another cut from it, it might be worth doing. I don't know, we'll have to say, I don't think we get 3 cuts a year, and we've definitely had 2 off it already. Just getting to it now, I wouldn't mind this field next to it as well, to be honest. That's one of the cheaper ones also. But not this year, obviously. If you watch the back end of the last video, you'll see we ended up with we ended the video with $2,000 or 2,000 something. And basically what I did was there was a contract. I think I actually showed it at the end of the video. It was worth 6,000 something, nearly 7,000 I think. Was what the contract was paying, but more importantly, you got all the hay to go with it. And then what I did was, if you remember, I said that we'd left a load of silage bales up on another field of where we just completed the contract, and then I finished it. I finished playing and just left the bales up in the field. There must have been about, there wasn't loads, there was maybe 8 or 9. So yeah, we just sold everything. We sold the bales that were up there. We sold the hay that we got excess from the contract we just did, finishing the rest of the yesterday's in-game day, and that's what's got us up to 17.6. We do, however, now I can't remember, and it won't show us. It's pointless even going in to look. I'd have to go back to the first episode. How much of a loan did we start with at the beginning? Because I know I've paid some off. I think I'm at something like 150 grand now, but I'm sure I've paid some off. Did we start with like a couple $100 loan? I don't think it wasn't $500,000, was it? Pretty sure it wasn't $500,000. I'm not going to go down here. I want to get a bigger headland on, and I was trying not to. I can do it. Not to go in that neighbouring field. Yeah, so we've still got that loan to pay off as well. So we need to concentrate on that. However, I am one for spending money to accumulate money. I very much believe in that. As you can probably tell if you watch any of my series. It's going to be quite a big job with this combine, isn't it? There's nothing in there. Nothing that we need in there. We could do with a bigger combine now. I mean, it's only this one field that's this size, I suppose. We could end up getting a big combine and then look at our other fields, our small ones. It's going to be wasted, isn't it? I think we just have to come to terms is that this is going to take some time. But this is pretty much a free crop. Whatever we get off here, it's just free money. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm going to empty this quickly though. Get this straight. And then I'm going to empty that. If you can hear it beeping in the background, and you have done for like the 3rd time, that is because that's the kitchen telling us that my coffee's ready. Right, let's get this filled. And away we go again. Yeah, I mean, God forbid I decide when my coffee's ready. I need a kitchen to tell us, and repeatedly tell us while I'm recording, because is there a better time to tell us? I didn't even see what we had there. I mean, when we're looking at capacity, it's not going up very quick, is it? So I don't think, although the field's quite big, I don't think we're going to get overly much off here. I think it's going to be low. I mean, obviously, we've bought the field, so it hasn't been subject to precision farming from us, which means we're only going to be like 64%. I mean, even so, I can't even remember if sorghum's high yielding. I know we use sorghum quite a lot on no man's land. That was we done sorghum a lot at the beginning, didn't we? Because it was quick. If you're playing without seasons on, and this probably it'll be something that we'll see in Forest Challenge as well, when we can afford a combine or anything that resembles a combine. I'm sure sorghum's ready in about 4 months, and on no man's land we absolutely hammered it at first, just to constantly get that crop going. Whereas I think barley and wheat is about 6 months each, isn't it? But it doesn't appear to be particularly high yielding, which is a shame. It's when I was talking about the buying this farm and what we done in the last episode, I can't remember what we did beforehand in the last episode, but I remember we bought this field. Not the farm, sorry. We bought the field. That episode's actually going out today. It was recorded, I don't know, it was recorded a few days ago. But I'm mega on top of videos at the minute. Like, you'll notice I'm putting one out daily. I missed, what day did I miss this week? I think I might not have put one out on Sunday, but that wasn't because I didn't have a video. That was very much I'll just give it a day. I'll just have a day where I don't put one out, because what I do find as well is it can be counterintuitive sometimes to put a video out every day. For someone like myself, I mean, this will change for people with thousands and thousands of subs and stuff like that, and people who get hundreds of thousands of views on each video. Put one out each day is probably beneficial for them, but for myself, people tend to catch up. So if I put one out every day, some people might not comment on it for a couple of days because they don't watch it for a couple of days, because just life, do you know what I mean? And I found this myself as well. I used to watch loads and loads of YouTube videos, but then when I started recording, that's just dropped off a cliff because I just don't seem to have the time anymore. So I think people generally are the same, where if I'm releasing one every day, it might be a few days before they can sort of get back up to speed, or sometimes they're always a few days behind, a few episodes behind. So yeah, it can be a little bit counterintuitive, I think, to keep doing that. But I'm able to record that much at the minute. It seems daft for us not to, and I don't want to record and then have like 20 videos stacked up. I don't mind having 5 or 6. It's like a week's worth of content. But yeah, I don't want a ridiculous amount. Get this in right here. See, so a full square. I know we took a headland off the top, but a full square has got us a couple of 1,000 litres. So all we've got in here, I'm not going to fit through that gap. All we've got in there at the minute is 4,000 litres. This, how much do we get for sorghum? I'm feeling less positive about our free crop. So we only get like $500 per 1,000 litres as well. We're getting next to nothing off here, kids. Nothing at all. We're gonna have to put I don't know, what can we put in here next? We're gonna have to put something decent in. Even if we go back to oats, where we get the crop and the straw from it, that might be a good idea. Or even, I know it takes a long time and we'd have to buy new equipment, but even, what about sugar beet or potatoes? That could be an option as well. I mean, to be honest, soybean is the obvious one. Whacking soybean in it and just taking the big price. But when you do potatoes and sugar beet, you do make a lot of money, don't you? It just takes a long time, and if you don't have the equipment, it can be expensive. I don't know if it'll have gone out yet, and I haven't started doing it, but on our forest challenge, I think our sugar beet are pretty much ready to harvest, if they're not, they're only within a month of. And the way I plan on picking them up is just going to be an absolute... It's going to be... I can't even say what it's going to be on while I'm recording, because I'll get censored off YouTube, but it's going to take so long, and I already know it's going to take so long, but it's such a cheap way of doing it, and if I want to maximise profit, which I need to on that series, like, we are literally, for those who haven't watched Forest Challenge yet, basically, we're on, it's the Forest Challenge map, by AVT Frankie, and you've got a tiny little, you've got a tent and a bit of hard standing right in the middle of this forest, and it's just dense forest, the whole of it. There's like rocks within it, but it's dense forest. There's nothing else. There's a field, a pre-ploughed field, like in another part of the map, but you don't have access to it. Not right away anyway, and it costs a lot if you want access to it. And the way we're playing the map is, what we've decided to do is, we need to build a road out. So we need to build a road out towards civilization. That's what we need to do. But to do that, obviously, we need to grow. We need to start and grow a farm from absolute scratch. Like, we didn't even start with a chainsaw. We started with an axe and this little micro tractor with a grain cart on the back. I think it was actually configured as a bale trailer to start with. It might have been a grain cart, I can't remember. No, it was definitely a bale trailer. So that is how we started. That is it. We had nothing else, and we cut down some trees. We created a field, this is all in episode 1. Create a field and put sugar beet in it. And we put the sugar beet in by hand. So there's this little hand tool. It like costs $200. Tiny little hand tool. It does like a single row. That's what we put the sugar beet in. That took ages. But then the only way we don't have any sort of harvester or anything like that, which is why sugar beet went in. We don't have front loaders, so we can't just pick them up like that. It's going to be it's going to be interesting. It's going to take a long time is what it's going to take. But that episode's like waiting to be recorded, I think. I'm sure the sugar beet's not ready yet. But if you like stuff like that, Forest Challenge, I'm really enjoying it. Like really enjoying it. It's exactly back to the way I play. Like I started this series as a survival-ish series, because from what I remember, did we start with some cash, but we also started with a loan. Pretty sure that's how we started. Whereas on Forest Challenge it was literally start with nothing and build from there. Right, there's another couple of 1,000 litres. Okay, look. What we're going to do is let's get a time lapse on here. It's 9:15. It's not taking us that long. Do you know what, I've been thinking, just before we go into time lapse, I've been thinking, is 3 times 3 too slow? I think we could probably times 5 our videos, couldn't we? And I think that might be about right. We might start doing that, putting it up to times 5, unless, in fact, sorry, let's start now. Times 5, see what that's like, because we seem to get through. We can get through a lot. We can get through normally a day's work in half a day, can't we? So we'll put it at that speed instead. But let's get cracking with the time lapse. Enjoy the music, and we will 100% be back pretty much right at the end. And we're back. In fact, we're back about 4-5 days after I first started recording. It's now, so in Britain it's now sort of summer holidays, like school holidays, so it's going to be a little bit harder for me to get time to record, but I'm still going to aim to get 5-6 videos out a week. The sorghum, I think we realised quite early on that we weren't going to get too much. I'm not even sure how much is in that that trailer. I was going to say I might just go and empty it now, but it looks like we're going to get the rest of this field in the combine, which, I mean, isn't great, to be honest. When we bought the field, I definitely expected to get more off here. 100% expected to get more off here. Because I mean, it is quite a big field, isn't it? I suppose once we get it sort of turned around and get the analysis done on it, just everything up to sort of scratch, we'll make a lot more out of it next year. Yeah, we've got seasons on it. I've just come off farming, sorry, not farming, Forest Challenge, where obviously it's the only one that we're not running seasons on. Only one of our 3 series, so yeah, once we get all that done, we will get some sort of cash crop in here, because I won't need it for anywhere else. I won't need it for the chickens, because we've still got quite a lot of wheat or barley. I think it's barley we've got loads of, and we got that from a contract, didn't we? The excess from a contract, so from that ridiculous contract, one of which I will never ever do again. So yeah, I don't think we need to do that, but we can certainly look to put maybe soybean or canola. I know we're doing soybean this year, aren't we? Yeah, we could look to do one of them. Right. Let's just leave that there. It's not the biggest of pipes, is it? So if we leave that on there, and we'll just take this up. We'll have a look, see how much we've got. I mean, it doesn't go for much either. That's what I was quite sort of surprised with. I know we've got it on hard economy like we normally would, but 520 is like the highest. What's it's higher than wheat or barley, I suppose. Not as high as oats. I feel like we would have got more off with oats though. Oats is always a good one to do, isn't it? This is why I took the header off, to try it, because it's such a pain to get in. Right, there we are. So we've got another 4,000 in there. So we might get 30,000 litres. It's not much really, is it? 15 grand. Considering how much we spent on it, I can't even remember how much we spent on the field. 130 odd. 164. I know we were saying earlier, what I do remember, we were saying earlier about it being pretty much just free money. Whatever we get off here is just free to us. Because you wouldn't expect, if it was in real life, you wouldn't expect to buy a field with a fully established crop already on, would you? Not buy one. I know there's probably instances where you would sort of lease a field for a year or for so many years, sort of rent one, but you wouldn't expect to buy one with a fully established crop on. But I just thought the size of the field, we would just get more. Oh. There we go. Get this swung around for the last pass. I don't know what we need to do for the rest of the in-game day, because I don't think, from what I remember, the video was overly long prior to coming back on. How long have we been on now? Been on 5 minutes. I'm sure it was only about 18 minutes worth. So I mean, we're getting there, I suppose, aren't we? We're getting there to sort of 25 minutes. Not sure what else we actually need to do. We looked at all the animals earlier, didn't we? I'm immediately drawn to that. The thing with that is, obviously we can't do it because we can't lease equipment. We can only use our own equipment. But field number 6, is that the one just next to us? No. Where's number 6? Oh, there. I mean, we can't do it anyway because we can't. Yeah, we have to use our own equipment for a contract. But even though I know that would take absolutely ages, I'd still do it. If we were on Purbeck, I'd be doing that immediately. The thing with that as well, though, because it's going via train, we're not going to get any excess payment. We would literally only get the 79 grand or the 76 grand, whatever it was. And that would be a shame. Because otherwise you make, what, tens of thousands just off the excess crop, wouldn't you? Right, I think backing up will be the best thing to do. That pod in there is not much. Switch off, I'll come back for you. Let's get in the Massey. So, just over 30,000 litres. I feel like we've hardly used this tractor. I know it says the maintenance is down on it, but that's the trailer, that's not the tractor. The tractor should be pretty much good to go. We don't have beacons on this, do we? I was trying to put the beacons on, ready to go out on the roads. Look at that, the power, no bother. No issue pulling this, not with the Massey. It was a shame we got rid of the Ford, but it definitely served its purpose, didn't it? The Ford allowed us to do so much and progress how we have done. Without that coming up in the used machinery, I think we'd have really struggled. I think with a series like this, it's always... I wouldn't say you can live or die by it because there's ways around it, but if you get good machinery in the coming up in the used machinery section, it makes it so much easier. Like, so much easier. If you think of our used machinery challenge that we did on Westbridge Hills, then when I loaded into that game, I know it wasn't the ideal tractor for that map or anything. It was one of the tractors for like a Swiss map or Austrian map or something like that, wasn't it? And it was obviously Westbridge is an American map with like big fields and just big open areas. It wasn't the ideal tractor for it, but it worked for what we needed. It had enough horsepower and it was there ready for us. And if that hadn't have been there, like, I don't know what else we would have used. We would have had to just go through the days until there was a tractor available for us. And that could have been ages. I say a tractor, a vehicle, some sort of vehicle for us to use. Same with things like the, I think we had to lease a combine, didn't we? The first time round. I'm sure a combine didn't come up in the used machinery section, and we had to lease one. Right, where's our little, there it is, it's in there, our little case. So what I think we could do, if it's over here, I don't even know if it is. I was going to say we could spray our grass fields off. Surely I've left it over here. I don't need it for the other one because we've had soybeans in. Is it here? Is it not here? What a pain. Do we even still have it? Do we have this spray still? We've still got the IBCs. So I imagine we've still got the equipment for it. Am I just being blind? Give us 2 seconds, I'll find out where it is. I was being blind. But we've got it. I'm not sure though if... because we've got herbicide in here. I'm hoping that the one of the IBCs is liquid fertilizer. If not, then I'd have to go back and get the other one. I won't do that. The other spreader, the solid spreader. I'll not bother doing that. I'll just we'll just end the video and I'll do the solid spraying another time. But surely one of these should be liquid fertilizer. Yeah, there, that is. Oh, they're both liquid fertilizer. Fantastic. Right, let's ditch this. Obviously it goes that side. We stop pressing reverse. Just going to nudge this back. There we go. See how much we can get in here. How much is left? Like I said, I mean, I know I mentioned it. This is just going to be 1 yard. However, until I know what else we're putting in here, we might as well just keep doing the grass. There's no point in not, is there? There's no point in just sort of graveling over it when we've got nothing at the minute to go in. There we go. I should have really just took that little corner up, shouldn't I? I think it was only like that because of one of the there was a building when we first came, wasn't there? A shed. I think that's the way that's why the grass field's the way it is back there. I'll have to get that caboodle moved. Try not driving into the trees. I wanted to move them trees actually. Or remove at least all the brush and stuff that goes with it. Maybe just leave a couple of the bigger trees that's there. Just banging into everything here. Right. Let's quickly get down here. We'll get this sprayed off. Hopefully get the other one sprayed off as well. If we can have enough in. Yeah, of course we are. Yeah. Yeah, and that will be the end of today's video, I think. Oh, just went through. Straight through. Don't mind if there's tiny bits missing. Like that bit I don't think I've recognised. Didn't go straight through that though, did it? So that's that bit done. I'm still wanting to put something else in that gap down there as well, between the greenhouse and the small garden. I want to see if we can get some sort of other, well, I know we can get other generators or something to generate income, but we just have to see what. Was it today's episode we looked to see when the soybeans are ready, and they won't be ready until like October or something? That vaguely rings a bell. I mean, again, I don't expect to make a great deal of that because we're not at that stage yet, are we? It's definitely the best idea not to have another arable field in here. It's just too small, isn't it? I think grass was the best option all around. Not fussed about them little corners. Just next to the telegraph poles. Just square that off, and then probably one up, and then there'll be a little bit left, I would have thought. Yeah, I won't even bother going back over because I don't think it'll recognise it anyway. Right, and that is the lot. So we've got our big field done. That's now harvested. We didn't get much off. We'll get just over $15,000, I would have thought, from it. But I think that's going to make us a decent wedge next year. All our animals had been dealt with, and our productions are still going. I could do... Oh no, we've got loads of wool up there. I was looking at fabric. Our productions are still going. Yeah, all of them still running really well, and a decent amount of produce coming out of it as well. So we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.